Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris, and for today's message, I believe when this is going out, it's the halfway point from the new moon that just passed to the full moon that's going to be coming up, and this is going to tie in a little bit more with that new moon energy, with the new moon in Gemini. It's going to tie in with this midpoint being the point right before. So you've been building up a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, especially towards what you've been wanting to create and who you've been embodying, right? You're not in this phase of becoming someone. You are embodying this version of you. You are already living in it and existing in it, existing as this you, right? So with this step, with this transition, you're still not complete with receiving all the nourishment, all the fulfillment, all the messages, all the little changes that you need just to have those imprintations of that strong impulse to embody this version of you. This is a little bit more of, you have to be a bit more deliberate with who you are embodying, and that's what's being focused on today. Is how can you connect back with yourself, to engage, to be a bit more deliberate, a bit more intentional with what you are creating, with who you are embodying, right? For some of you, most likely for a lot of you, in whichever way. So take this and apply it in the way that makes the most sense for you and that it's applicable. So there is this part of you that feels a little bit stuck, a little bit stiff. Yes, you are doing something new and different, but it feels just a little stuck. You're feeling the, oh my gosh, when am I gonna get the thing? When is it gonna happen? When is the manifestation? When is the physical physical aliveness of it, of this vision, of this dream, of this desire, of this work that I'm putting in? When is the physicality of it going to show through? You're in this little anticipation of this physical life that you're kind of forgetting to even experience and indulge and live in the experience. So with where you are, you're not quite there yet. You're continuing to move forward, and in this little space of continuing to move forward, you're seeing that, oh wait, there's this thing that I wanted, a quality that I know that this version of me has, and now I have that quality. A quality that I didn't know how to make happen, or what it looked like, or that I felt like I had to completely become someone new. And you're noticing that you didn't have to put in that much work, that it didn't require you being someone you're not, but it's more of you're being all the more you that you know you are to be. It's very authentic, and the it's imposter syndrome that you've been having, that's falling off. You're starting to see how that's falling off. And so because you're seeing how it's falling off, and that's not your experience, you're becoming more embodied in yourself. There's more of a centeredness to who you are, because all these things of, oh, this person has something that I don't, it's becoming more of, wait, of course I can have it. And of course there is a natural way for me to have it. I don't have to be someone other than, I don't have to pretend to shape myself and contort myself to fit in a box so I can be the container that can experience this. No, it's like, wait, in the person that I am, with the life I've had, I can also embody this and interpret this experience, this idea, this identity, without feeling like I am having to drop and let go of parts of me that I deeply love and that feels more natural. If you're just a naturally soft-spoken person, continue to be that soft-spoken person. You'll eventually learn how to command your environment, command your space. And that's the practice of it. How can you be soft-spoken and yet commanding, right? That level of fieriness and charisma, there is a beauty to the softness. People revere the soft-spoken person, right? And there's a reason for it. There's a little comfort in that. And there is a deep magnetism to it too. And what this is reminding me of, it's this embodiment of Amma, which is the mother, the great divine mother. There is a guru. I think that's what she is. I'm not too sure. But she's in Kerala, and she is the embodiment of the mother, of the divine mother. And the way she emanates, the way she is, she's so soft-spoken, so softly embodied, and yet when she hugs with such fierceness, with such unapologetic radiance, and that radiance cleanses you. You just, all the worry, all the stress, all the tenseness, everything just washes over you and just like gets cleansed out of your system. So take that as an example, as an affirmation that it's possible for you to embody who you are without feeling like you are pushing away core parts of yourself. This identity that you are embodying, it is very much so infused with yourself. There is that alchemy. That's what it means to align to something, to embody something. There is an essence of you that would do it. Now, when you see it, when you notice these little parts, you might get a little uncomfortable with it, with the idea of it and the expression of it. But just indulge it just a little bit. Continue to practice it. And if you feel really uncomfortable, then continue to bring in this idea of, you know what, even though this is what I'm doing, I want to find ease and comfort knowing that I get to embody this, that I am okay with embodying this. And what does it require for you to shift inside of you, within your psyche, for you to embody more of you? Because you're already doing the thing. It's just your inside, your internal compass is a bit wonky and is not able to detect that it's even pointing true north, right? So this elusiveness that you've been playing in is what you're being asked to cleanse and work through. So the more you keep moving through this little part, you truthfully begin to understand and embody more of yourself and what you are here to do, what you are here to create, and to continue to build and create it in the best way that you know how to create it, and that you are meant and designed to create it. There's specific ways that you are embodying your life. There's specific ways that you would solve a certain problem, a certain issue. There's certain information that you are able to pick up on. There's certain patterns and imprints that you're able to pick up on that's just so effortless for you. Use that to your advantage and continue to build that skill. Now, the way that you've built yourself from that, apply a little bit of that theory, a little bit of how you've done it and the way that you've worked on it, to building on your weaknesses, on the parts of you that are just not up to par with this other part. And it's important that you do have to work on those little parts that are weaker, because for that version of you, you do need a certain supporting system. And so it's important for you to even not only work on the skills that you want, but also the skills that just haven't developed along the way. And if you have not been doing that, deliberately, intentionally, you will be taken on the journey to work on it. This is where your subconscious mind comes in, and it guides you so it can not only upgrade you in one aspect of your life, but in all aspects of your life, because all parts of you have to come into alignment, or at least be able to coexist, even if it's with different frequencies. They still have to coexist. There's still a harmonic resonance. There's still a musical tone that is in balance, and that's what's being bridged over here. The more you keep embodying more of yourself, more of your truth, more of your alignment, you will begin to understand what it means for you to live this life. The integrity it requires, the strength, the courage, the capacity, the ability to hold and have more. You will begin to understand what that means for you, what that looks like, what that embodiment truthfully is. And so I encourage you to truthfully look inwards, to go within, especially at this time, to go within, reflect, right? Take a look at what more can I learn? What more can I navigate through? What more can I skill or quality can I acquire and embody? What does that more look like? Right? You want more? You want something different than what you currently have? That is that's a flow and an understanding of wanting more. And so understanding what that more is, what it looks like, how the embodiment comes in, all the little intricate places, and coming to that spot of you wanting that more, coming back to that very same thing, is like beyond and besides all of these stories and possibilities. I still want that. You know, you're not holding on to an experience that you've had, whether it was, you know what, that one time I had such a great experience, or that one time it was like so magical, I have to have it again. So that becomes you chasing the high rather than actively looking at and living in the embodied truth, the embodied pleasure, the embodied growth, the embodied journey, right? So it's understanding that little bit, working through that, and in no time, you will have the very life experience that you were looking for, that you were craving for. And it becomes something that you have because, not just because you long for it or you crave for it, but it's a genuine, you know what? I just genuinely want to have it. It lights me up. There is an aliveness to it. And that aliveness always is in congruence with the greater good, is always in congruence with this heaven on earth. That way of existing, that way of living does exist. It's here. It's possible. So it's shifting from that possibility into a deep gnosis, an embodied gnosis, a lived gnosis, right? This is the genuine teachings and nourishment that the feminine provides. This is the feminine way of existing and being. This is the light. This is the body. This is the expansion. This is it. This is the feminine way of living. This is that red thread. And you begin to see little bits and pieces of how life weaves itself together for you and the path and journey that you are taken on. It becomes quite beautiful, quite enamoring, and it's so replenishing. So truthfully, step into yourself, know who you are being, know who you are stepping into, know what you teach and put out, know it. And sometimes you just might have to set the intention, because whatever's going to come out is going to be so natural and effortless that it's just you setting the intention that these are the parameters. And that's it. And then whatever flows through you, that's what comes out, right? I feel like the message is complete right there. It's a bit of a shorter message than I typically have been posting. And I feel like I'm hoping anyways, that this has brought you a little bit closer in alignment with what you've been seeking, with a little bit of clarity and solace in what you've been yearning for and the information that you've been wanting to dive into. Let this be an affirmation to you and the journey that you are going on and that you're currently on. And that for you to continue to do it, for you to continue to move forward and know that you will always be guided along your path, along your north node, okay? And so with that little bit, I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.